Hello, guys. Welcome back. I thought we were going to have a quiet day. Turns out the guy is not calling Tuesday to come do the repairs. He's coming Tuesday. Okay. A little after that, my friend calls, and I forgot to tell you the other day when I called her for advice. She didn't want to visit, and she didn't want to visit today either. But she wanted to have him run some corn down some cabbage. Ham and cabbage. And I said, I love ham and cabbage. If it's made well, this soup was so bad. Imagine water, hot water, and you drop all the odds and ends of the cabbage into it, the parts of the cabbage you're not supposed to put into it. And you take your ham, which was a beautiful beast, and you just tear off handfuls of it like a wild animal, and you throw that into the pot. And some potatoes. And you don't put any spices on it. And you don't drain it. And it's full of grease. That's what the soup was like. I could take about 4 spoonfuls and couldn't eat anymore. And Loki's idea was to burn it in a fire. And of course Dionysus took that as pure insult because he thought he meant it as an affront to the Greek gods. And Loki's like, no, it just hates to burn in a fire. And Loki decided a brilliant idea would be to go get Lugh because, he's sure to be thrilled to come help. And I've seen him, once, twice before? And Wonder of Wonders, he shows up and he looks at that soup and he says that it's a declaration of war on Ireland and all Irish people everywhere. And he's really angry and he wants to know who the fool is that made this soup. And I'm like, well, don't blame me. My friend sent it down. So we drained it. And we put it in a pan, and, he's very feisty, if you've ever worked with him. And I'm breaking up the pieces of this cabbage, and I'm praying that this is going to come out, and tearing the meat into bits instead of big, large chunks. And it's so greasy that we had drained it a couple times. We, kept rinsing it with sink water. And we put some sugar on it and some honey. I know this sounds bad, but it turned out amazingly well, and we threw some raisins in with it, and we mixed it, and it turned out heavenly, thank the gods. We put it in 350 oven for half hour. It turned out heavenly, thank the gods. And they had sent some corn down, and apparently, even though I know from working with La Santa, corn is a new royal thing, which would be under her purveyance, it's something people will offer up to Lugh. So we offered him both of these things. And I hadn't done anything in August because, 1, I'm not Celtic, and 2, I just never really worked closely with him, but we did this as an offering. And then he asked me for an odd thing. He says he wants the silks and he wants the husks. So I'm like, that's odd, but I'd offered the food up to him and I offered this up to him. And I did get some soda for the weekend because I'm like, let's have a spree since it's a holiday. So I offered some of that. And I was grateful because, they had given me the gift of this food, but I got the distinct idea he knew how badly he'd screwed up this soup, because there's no way anyone with any sense of taste thought this soup tasted good. It even smelled bad. Have you smelled really badly made cabbage? It was terrible. There used to be an Irish comedian in the 80s, Irish-American comedian, that used to call, Irish food punishment food. This is why. These people aren't Irish, by the way. I don't know who taught them how to make cabbage soup, but it obviously wasn't anyone of Irish descent or culinary descent. But we rescued it, and I was surprised at how good it came out, but it came out really good. It's still a bit tough because he used the parts of the cabbage you're not supposed to use, but we made a really good meal out of that, and the corn on the cob, and I was grateful he showed up. And I said, if he had managed to work the miracle, because he's known as the many-skilled one, that we would consider him supreme god of Ireland. So we're sorry about that if you're Irish, but even the Morgan was laughing and saying it looks so dead she wouldn't even eat it. But it turned out wonderfully, so Lou can do anything. So, praise to Lou. And we were very happy to have him come in and rescue this mess. I seriously don't think he was kidding. I don't think he was joking. It was so bad. I think I think he took it as a personal insult. And I'm like, well, ham and cabbage is Polish too. I should be mad, but I just didn't care. But it was good to have him come down and to have him, rescue us, even though, I did something vague, I think, for August. I can't remember now. But, it was just, I normally don't work with the Pantheon, I work with the Morgan. And if Lou comes by, he's more than welcome to, but it's not a Pantheon I feel called to, but I was still very grateful he showed up. And Loki was still in the mind to burn it all on a fire, and Dionysus just kept getting angrier and angrier because he decided that was meant as an insult to the Greek gods, even though he knew it wasn't. He didn't want it anywhere near a fire because suddenly he's the god of fire, and I'm like, that's not you. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It actually turned out delicious, so I'm thankful to Lou. And this does not mean, now I start working full-time with the Celtic Pantheon. I think that's why, though, since I had not read, well, I've read their stories, but I've heard stories by actual druids and actual druidic orders when, the Morrigan comes in or Lou comes in or anything else. I search with proper druids, and I think that's why those hipsters pretending to be druids made me so angry. I mean, it's an insult. I'm not saying anyone of any race can't be anything they want, but when you just do it to put on fancies and you don't care about learning about the proper gods or how to speak the language, I mean, if you're going to be an actual order, you should put at least some effort into it. They said they didn't speak anything but English because it made people feel bad or something like that. Oh, dear Lord. Anyhow, we are happy. And there's this very distinct feeling I get when, their Pantheon comes in and noses around and there's more than one of them. So this is going to be a very, very interesting weekend. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. It turned out surprisingly well. So we're thankful. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.